Did you know Super Awesome Mix has an app? Go to the Apple App Store today and download Super Awesome Mix. It's free. You could start creating and sending your own digital mixtapes in just a few clicks. Also, there's links to our Instagram account and a link where you can follow your favorite podcast. Speaking of which, welcome back to another Super Awesome Mix. My name is Matt Sidholm, alongside my co-host and co-founder of Super Awesome Mix, Samer Abu Salbi. Samer, how are we doing this week?
I'm doing so well, and it's because football season is around the corner, and I'm so excited for that. It is awesome.
Are you more excited about the fall weather that goes along with it? I feel like there's probably a weather motivation.
Right. It's all wrapped together. You know, I think it's like hard for me to point. It's like a chicken and the egg situation. Am I happy that football means fall, or am I happy that fall means football? I don't know. But either way, I am happy about it. So I was really excited for this mix idea and the inspiration. So, you know, we each kind of took different routes for this one. So why don't we explain? We'll start off by how you picked these songs and what we were trying to go for.
Yeah, we kind of, I was like, we should do a mix to get people ready for fantasy football season. And my immediate thought was, I want to help people name their team. So I came up with songs and kind of puns to go along with them that would help you name your fantasy football team. So that was the approach I took.
Yes, and I tried that and I got stuck. So I was like, I'm going to try something different. That's the honest, uncut version there. So what I went with, and this makes me smile, is I thought of like, what is the journey of like your typical fantasy football like league player? It's certainly my experience. And so my songs kind of each are the stages of how you progress through the season. And so that would be what to expect. And of course, we pick songs to go along with all of these, and we'll discuss the songs as normal. So a little bit different approach, but a lot of fun and some great songs on this one. I'm actually pretty excited to talk through them.
All right. Well, let's start it off, okay? Your first song, okay? Songs to get you through fantasy football season. You went with Give Me Everything by Pitbull, and he's got some friends on this one, Neo, Afrojack, and Nair.
Yeah, I have just been waiting for an excuse to have a Pitbull track on one of our mixes, but let's be honest. I don't think we've featured him, or if we have, it's been just too few and too far between. But to my memory, we've not had a Pitbull track. And here's why I love Pitbull, because it's really easy to dislike him, but if you just let yourself like him, like you will enjoy life so much more because his lyrics are amazing. The music just makes you want to dance. And I understand it's like, I mean, it's pop, right? It's like hardcore pop music. If there was a genre of that, I would call this hardcore pop, because like everyone's going to eye roll, but secretly you all want to dance on the dance floor when it comes on. So why Give Me Everything? And I think for me, whenever we start, you know, the season, you're kind of just thinking like, yeah, I got this. Like, give me all the players, give me all the best picks. Like, I'm going to take the season. Your confidence is high. You know, the opening song, or the opening lyrics to this song are like, me not working hard. Yeah, right. Picture that with the Kodak, right? I mean, that's great. These are the top-notch quality lyrics you're going to get from a Pitbull track. And yeah, you know, like you're going to work hard. You're going to win. Like, you've got this. This season is just yours for the taking. So, and also, you know, he's really inspirational here too. He sings, reach for the stars, and if you don't grab them, at least you'll fall on top of the world. Like, I mean, if that's not knitted somewhere on a quilt, it needs to be.
Amen. Yeah, to your point, I wrote this note. I want to hate Pitbull, but I can't listen to this song without feeling pretty good. So,
right.
I can't hate him. No, you're totally right. He does put you in a good mood. I don't care who you are. And you're exactly right with this song, because come draft night, you're like, give me everything. I want all my guys, right? Like, you got your guys picked out. You know where you're drafting. You've done your research. Okay, so give me everything. I think this is the perfect song to start off your fantasy football season.
Exactly. Yes. Well, I'm glad you think so. Let's go on to your first pick. And it was, and I'm going to be so curious, like the inspiration here. You gave me a little preview, but we're going to find out for all 6 songs here. So we went with Little Miss Can't Be Wrong by Spin Doctors.
Okay, I was inspired here by San Francisco 49ers tight end George Kittle. Okay, so your team name could be Kittle Miss Can't Be Wrong. Okay, and here's the thing. He's got a new quarterback this year. Trey Lance is taking over. He's going to slip in some drafts. But he's a talented guy, and when he's healthy, and if Trey Lance can get his act together, this could be a steal of a tight end, and you won't be wrong. Okay? So I had to go with Little Miss Can't Be Wrong by the Spin Doctors.
Oh, my gosh. I love that. I mean, we got to get on ESPN ASAP because I didn't know that we were also helping with draft picks here.
Well, look, I've already started my research. I'm a big fantasy football player, so I'm going to offer some tidbits here as we go along. All right, but that's one
I'm
right
excited.
there. I think George Kittle could be. He might slip a little bit this year because the new quarterback. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, right. It's all about that quarterback receiver connection. But, it's a great song. It's actually kind of an aggressive song, one that I didn't realize was so aggressive. Like, I've never really listened to the words, but I was like, wow, like this guy is really coming at this woman. And apparently he wrote it specifically about his stepmother, who believed that he was just going to be like penniless and useless and, like not going to make it at all. And so he was motivated to kind of be like, I'll show you, and wrote this song that became pretty big hit. It's a pretty well-known song, and so I love the story behind that too. And that could be your journey too. This could work on my mix. Like people may doubt you and might think that you're not going to win, but you're going to show them you're going to win.
In particular, your step parents who think you're spending too much time on fantasy football. Okay,
right?
Go ahead and prove them wrong.
But they're wrong.
Win some money this year. Okay, this is an investment, people. All right, track 3, you went with I Am a God by Kanye West featuring, and he puts this on here, featuring God.
That's a hard person to get to drop on your track. I think,
Well, I wrote down that's a tough beat for God. That like even Kanye's like, you're not getting the lead on this one, God. Okay, you're just getting a feature.
You're getting a feature on my track.
Yeah, it's my track, God. Okay. But I'll mention you. All right.
I mean, God's agent must just be killing himself. Like he's
not
so
happy.
upset.
He's
not happy about that at all. Yeah.
He doesn't even cash the royalty checks when they come in. He just ignores
right. It's just straight into the trash.
Right.
So upset. Okay, so this is I'll talk about the song first and then where it's at. So I love the song, love this album. Like this is an album that I think really got me to appreciate that Kanye is like kind of a musical genius because it's so over the top and intense and different. But at the same time, like the lyrics are incredible. What he does, like from a production point of view, is amazing. This song has like screaming and weird yelling sounds, and you're like, I think I kind of love this. Like it's incredible. But why I love this song in particular, it's like, it's called I Am a God. So like your confidence is high, right? You're still in the beginning of the season. Maybe you just won your first game. You're like, this is all working out. Like I am a God. Like you are so excited how things are going to work out. I especially love the story behind it. He wrote it because some like fashion designer kind of like, I guess, dissed him, like said something negative about him. And so he was, he took that very personally and decided he's literally going to write a song called I Am a God. Because that's what you do when you're Kanye, right? Like you get insulted and you write a song that's like, okay, well, come at me because I'm a God.
By the way, what do you want to bet the diss was that something was just good and not the greatest thing he's ever seen? Like that's what he took personally.
Exactly. Most likely, yeah.
I do like the line, hurry up with my damn croissants in this song. That was the lyric that I called
That's one of the
out.
best lines.
I was like,
it's so good.
That is great. I want to yell that to somebody at some point, right?
I mean, it's likely that wasn't even written in the original lyrics. It's possible that he was just shouting at someone to hurry up with his damn
He
croissants.
might have just been hungry, and they're like, leave it in.
Right.
Kind of works.
I think so, yeah. Oh, man. All right. Well, track 4. Okay, I'm so excited about this one because this track is actually on my mother's, like my parents' mixtape. So this is another edition. All right. So if you're keeping track at home, go get that card out and write this on here. And it is Putting on the Ritz by Taco.
Yeah, Putting on the Ritz. My inspiration for this one was Atlanta Falcons second-year tight end Kyle Pitts. So you could be putting on the Pitts, okay? You're putting all your money on Kyle Pitts. Okay, unfortunately, he's got a new quarterback, Marcus Mariota. All right, so again, similar to the Kittle effect. New quarterback, he might slip. But last year he had Matt Ryan. He still put up numbers, okay? But if this works out for you, right, you're going to be dancing, okay, in a tuxedo. You're going to be all dressed up, just like they say in Putting on the Ritz. You're going to be feeling really good about yourself if Kyle Pitts comes through for you.
Absolutely. And, like the NFL has been really embracing tight ends. That's like a new strategy that's been happening the last several years that I've noticed. So you can't go wrong, I think, betting on a tight end. Like, they're getting a lot of playtime.
No, there's a ton of big name tight ends out there right now, and Kyle Pitts is going to be great, but I'm just a little uncertain about the rest of the Atlanta team around him.
Sure, yes, yeah, we'll see how that happens. But yeah, I was so excited to play this song because I'd never really knew the title of it, but then I started playing it, and I was like, oh no way, this is absolutely one of the songs that my parents listened to nonstop in the car. I really liked it too. I especially loved the line, dressed up like $1 million trooper, trying hard to look like Gary Cooper, and then he sings super duper. It's got such an addicting, happy beat. Like it's a wonderful 80s song. And so thrilled. Regardless of how it arrived on this mix, I was so happy to hear it.
All right, your next pick, you went with I Got It, What You Need, in parentheses, by Galactic.
Have you heard of The Age-Old Question?
A podcast for music fans.
It's been called the best new podcast about music.
By us.
Still,
Each episode is a deep dive into a different question in music fandom.
questions like, who's the best singer of all time?
What is the greatest decade in music?
Is D minor, in fact, the saddest of all keys?
Why do people hate the Eagles, man?
The show is like Behind the Music meets Car Talk.
You'll laugh.
You might cry.
You'll definitely learn something.
Check out The Age-Old Question,
A podcast for music fans.
wherever you listen to podcasts. We hope you'll join us next time when we answer another
Age-Old Question.
Okay, yeah. So now you're like mid-season and you're trading, and like I got it, like what you need, and so you're just making deals basically. And like the lyrics here: "You want it, baby, I got it. You need it, come get it. You want it, I got what you need, what you need, what you need." So it's like that's like your theme song right now. You're in a good position still. You're feeling great. You got players that people want, and so like you play those trades. Like you flex that power here. And so that's why I picked this song. Also, it's a great song. Like it's a really fun, fun track. So I was very excited to throw this onto the mix.
Yeah, I love the energy in this one. I was not familiar with Galactic, but this was such a cool song. So yeah, great pick in that sense, and then love the theme of it. Yeah, you're right. Mid-season, it's just like, okay, I got this, and then it's like, oh, okay. You need a backup running back? All right, I got someone for you. You're ready to wheel and deal. I love it.
That's awesome. All right, well, your next pick is Can't Knock the Hustle by Jay-Z and Mary J. Blige.
All right, for this one, we're going to rename it Can't Knock the Russell. Okay, Russell Wilson, quarterback, found a new home this offseason. He's going to the Denver Broncos. They paid a hefty price for Russell Wilson. Are his best days behind him or in front of him? I don't know. Ever since Peyton Manning retired, the Broncos have had a hole at quarterback. They're hoping Russell Wilson fills it in. And this is a great Jay-Z song to fill it in. Russell Wilson is out there hustling. Okay, he wants to prove people wrong. So I think it was perfect thematically and then perfect for your team name as well.
I love that. And the only thing I'll comment on Russell Wilson is I feel like similar to our conversation of quarterback and receivers, I feel like Russell Wilson needs the right coach. So we'll see. Russell Wilson's got the talent, but they need to play him like Russell Wilson. So we'll see if that's the key there, right?
Okay, I agree. Yeah, this will be interesting. First time away from Pete Carroll.
All right, exactly. Yeah, it's going to be different. It's going to be different. And we'll see if, they let him bring that kind of seniority and that experience onto the team too, because that's important also. You got to respect the QB knows what they're doing as well.
True. Very true. Very true. All right, your next pick. You went with It Ain't Over by the Black Keys.
Okay, so you've lost a couple of games now. You made some bad trades. And you're like, okay, but it ain't over. You are excited. You're still feeling it. Like, it's not over. Everybody loses some games. There's very few perfect seasons in football. It's okay. You're still sitting pretty. You're kind of near the top. You might even still be holding the first position. And you got the chorus to repeat yourself. And the chorus is, no one else for you to blame, but when you play that losing game, it ain't over. So try to ease a worried mind. Dreams come true from time to time. It ain't over. So there you go. Like, whenever you're feeling like things are down, you play the song, you get to enjoy the Black Keys, who are just brilliant as always. This is off their latest album, The Dropout Boogie, that has gotten so much playtime in my world. I absolutely love it. And yeah, it's that point in the season where you're stressing, but don't worry, it's not over.
Yeah, this is a great song. It's a really cool song, so definitely worth a listen. And I think you're exactly right. You do hit that point where you're looking at the standings and you're like, okay, but if I win every game from here on out, okay, right. I get the last playoff spot. And then anything could happen, all right? I mean, okay, my top receiver and running back, they're going to come back from injury soon, right? Okay, yeah, I got a chance here.
You're basically the Dallas Cowboys at this point in the season. You're just... You're like things have been rough. I understand we just lost 3 straight games in a row, but
yeah, it's about to turn around. It's about to turn around.
Exactly.
I love it. Great pick.
Gosh. Thank you. Okay. Number 8. It is Lights, Camera, Action by Mr. Cheeks.
All right, go ahead and rename this one Lights, Kamara, Action for Alvin Kamara, the running back for the New Orleans Saints, okay? Again, another guy with a new quarterback situation, all right? Drew Brees has retired. Jameis Winston probably going to be back there. And he's also in a little bit of hot water because this offseason there was an alleged assault at a Las Vegas nightclub that he might have been involved with, okay? I don't believe it was against a woman, so he's not the worst person in the world, all right? But
sure, yeah.
Still, it also made me laugh because apparently his trial has been delayed by like 2 months. And it got me thinking, in Las Vegas, with cameras everywhere, shouldn't they just mow through criminal trials? Like,
right.
Shouldn't that be the easiest thing in the world, where it's just some massive feed that just feeds into the judicial system there? And it's just like, yeah, well, here's the footage showing exactly what you did on that night, every second of it.
Right.
Okay? Guilty, not guilty, we're moving on, right?
It's like, it reminds me of the pilot of the show The League, which is very on point for this episode. But just recently started watching that again. And in it, like, they go and they're doing these pro bono work for a guy, faced with criminal charges. And he's like, you waved to the camera. You said, hi, Mom. Like,
that's right.
I kind of feel like that's most crimes these days. It's like someone's got a camera trained on you. Like, it should be very straightforward.
Right. But especially in Las Vegas. You're at a Las Vegas nightclub, right? Like, there's 17 cameras on you. We all know what you did. Yet somehow this trial is delayed. So he should be eligible when the season starts. But there's a little bit of iffiness there. But if you're going with him, hey, it's Lights, Kamara, Action. And this is a great song. It's got a lot of energy to it. So, keep you motivated late in the season.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's one that I found myself just kind of like naturally just wanting to dance and move to as I played it. So great pick.
All right, your next pick, and I think I see where this is going, okay? I Need a Dollar by Aloe Black.
Yes. Okay, so it's not over, but you might need some money now because you're facing some debts, like you're stressing, and you really want to win. You need that money. You need the money to come in, and so you need a dollar. I love this song. I discovered it actually because it was a theme song to a limited series, limited only because they didn't renew it past 2 seasons, on HBO, How to Make It in America. Like, I remember really liking that show, but I think it didn't it just didn't get a wide audience, so they killed it after 2 seasons. But it's funny. He literally got fired out of black, and then he decided to go and write this song, and then this song became very popular, and it got a lot of playtime, and then his career was made. So yet another example, pull out the other sheet of paper if you've been a long time listener, of artists who basically do something very productive with a traumatic experience in their life. He got fired, and he was like, okay, well, I always wanted to be a musician, so I'm just gonna go ahead and write this great song about needing money. Very, very apropos.
Yeah, seriously, if you take one thing away from this podcast, if you've been listening the whole time, it's when you're down, just get to work right then and there, because that's when so many of these great songs have been written, or great things have happened when these people are at their lowest point. And maybe you're at your low point in the fantasy football season, and you need $1, okay? Maybe you need more than a couple dollars. But yeah, think about that moment. Maybe that's the moment you use to write that great song or that great novel, or just, swear off fantasy football forever. Whatever positive step you're going to take in that moment.
Exactly. Awesome. All right. Track 10. We've got I'd Really Love to See You Tonight by England Dan and John Ford Coley.
Okay, first of all, I got to ask, Sammer, have you ever heard this song before?
I think I have, actually, yes.
Okay.
I think I have heard this song. Yeah, It was very familiar sounding.
Well, I lost $1 to myself. So here, I would rename this, I'd Really Love to CD Tonight. Okay? And that's for Cowboys fans, because CeeDee Lamb is now your number 1 receiver. You traded Amari Cooper for a bag of magic beans, okay, with the Cleveland Browns.
Yep.
And now you've got CeeDee Lamb as your top receiver, and really no one else behind him because everybody else is injured. So you really, really want a CD tonight, okay? There's going to be a lot of him for the Cowboys this season. And as a result, he should be a high draft pick for you if you're playing fantasy football, because he's going to get the ball quite a bit, whether he's open or not. And this song, I really love this song, so I got a chance to feature it on a mix. I sang this in karaoke once. I think it's just it's kind of a classic 70s type song.
It is, yeah. I also just love the sentiment, right? He's literally being look, I'm not trying to move in with you, and I'm not trying to change your life. Yeah. I just literally want to see you tonight. Yeah. It's not a big ask. It's I just want to see you. It's fine.
Can we just hang out, right? Yeah, and you think about it, in 1970, whatever, when this song was written, okay, this was probably said over a payphone or something, right?
Right.
He couldn't text this or email it or anything like that, right? He had to pump quarters into this payphone and call this person.
Right. Exactly.
All right, your last song, and I think I know what you're setting up here, okay? The Jet Set Life Is Gonna Kill You by My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, okay. So some backstory real quick. A couple of episodes back, or several episodes back, I made fun of the Mets. And I was just kind of suggesting, and I believe it was in our baseball walk-up mix, that would make sense, that the Mets just continuously lose. And they are doing anything but. They are, ahead in their league. They're 3rd or 4th at the time of this recording in all of MLB. Doing really well, and actually they are a joy to watch. I've been watching a lot of their games, and it is awesome. They won the Subway Series. They swept it 2-0, so that was amazing against the Yankees. And I just thought, okay, well, maybe it's because I made fun of them on the podcast, and clearly someone there was listening, right?
Clearly.
And was like, okay, well, I'll show them on the Super Awesome Mix. All right, so here's my plea to the Jets. Let's win the Super Bowl this year. This is going to be the year. All right, so Robert Saleh, if you're listening, you're also Lebanese. I'm Lebanese. All right, we can do this. We're smart. We're smart people. I can do podcasting. You can coach a football team. But unfortunately, what's going to happen in the history of being a Jet fan is that the Jet Set life, the Jet fan life, is just going to kill you, because there's always just so much disappointment. every single year you're like, this is the year. Like, we've solved all of last year's problems. It's going to be amazing. And then you're just like, okay, yeah, maybe next year.
I love it. Bill Simmons calls this the reverse jinx. Okay, it seems to work. It seems to have worked for the New York Mets, and so now you're trying to reverse jinx on the Jets, right? Saying they're just going to be it's going to be another disappointing season for them, and maybe they'll turn it around. Quarterback Zach Wilson, it could happen, right? That could be possible.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, as long as he's not injured like repeatedly and very early in the season.
But I do love the inevitability in this song, right? The jet set life is gonna kill you. I mean, I saw this song title right. And I think I immediately knew where you were going with it. So I just started laughing because it's like, yeah, all those Jets fans, you're putting all your hope on them, and may end up at the same place. But I'm a Cowboys fan, so I can't make too much fun of them.
Right. At least you guys have seen the playoffs, in the last like
true.
150 years. All right. Our last track here. I think this one's a little bit on the nose, but we'll see. So, Seek and Destroy by Metallica.
Okay, the Miami Dolphins this offseason, their game plan was Tyreek and destroy. Okay, they went out and traded for Tyreek Hill with the Kansas City Chiefs. And now they're just looking to destroy the AFC East, okay? Now that they've got a weapon for Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback, from Alabama. So they're going to find out if Tua is the real deal. They went out and got him a big weapon. And really, I mean, I think this is the perfect, song to send you off in your fantasy football season, okay? Go out there, seek, and destroy. All right, so you're right, Samra. It's a little bit on the nose for motivating people, but I also think Tyreek and Destroy would be a pretty cool team name.
I agree. Yeah, that one's really good. Yes, this could work for both of our mixes, which is why it's perfect that it is our last song in this mix. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a good season. Best of luck to all of you listening. Hopefully this mix has inspired you, has given you some great tips that you're not going to find really anywhere else. So who knew that you could get fantasy football league tips from a music podcast? But here we are. That's right. And everybody out there, have fun with it, right? Play responsibly. Don't get over your skis as far as putting too much money out there. For sure.
It's supposed to be a fun game, and I think ultimately it always is for me, although there's definitely been some frustrating moments where guys haven't come through. But definitely don't hit them up on social media and say awful things about them if they don't catch a touchdown in a particular week. That's not cool.
Yeah, be respectful. I agree. Please be respectful.
All right. Well, there you have it. A fantasy football super awesome mix for you. And so if you want to tell us more, if you end up with a music-themed fantasy football name, go ahead and let us know. And Sammer, how can they tell us all about that?
Yeah, I mean, send us a message at Super Awesome Mix. DM us or find the post related to this mix and leave us a comment. We always love interacting with our listeners. We get a lot of great recommendations, a lot of fun conversations with all of you. So please find us and send us a message. Let us know how it's going, and if you win it all, we want to hear about that too. Hopefully with one of these song titles and one of these great tips that we've offered.
That's right. And so you get ready for your fantasy football season. We'll get to work on another mix for you. And so for Sammer, this is Matt, and we'll see you next time. Super Awesome Mix is brought to you by DLM. Make shopping easy with DLM, the one-stop shop for all your casual clothing needs. Shop DLMsupplyco.com and enter the promo code AWESOME at checkout to save 15% off your first purchase. That's DLMsupplyco.com.